For this first episode, we are going to pretty much do a self-guided Q&A.
Question number 1. What is our definition of single? What is your definition of single?
Either you're single or you're not. I mean,
either you're single or you're married.
Correct. That's it. I mean, I don't like to straddle the fence with a lot of things, and that's definitely one of them. I feel like being with these titles, we feel like, okay, I'm in a relationship, so I'm no longer single. And then in my head, I'm thinking there's nothing there in place for the man to take it to the next level.
So even if you were living with this man who you love like crazy,
how about I'm not doing that again?
Oh, you did that before?
Oh, yes. I was in a relationship for 4 years. In a relationship, we were living together, and then it was just like, okay, well, what are we doing here? We're living together, we're paying bills. I have no desire to move in or have my boyfriend move in with me.
Even to like split the bills and stuff?
When I think of people splitting the bills, I think about the Joy Luck Club. Remember the husband that wanted 50-50 with everything? So when I hear that, that's automatically what I think about. Like, who splits bills? Like, give me money. What are you talking about? Buy groceries. Like, what do you mean? I don't need ice cream. Do we really need to go through this? Buy the groceries. I don't split bills.
That took me by surprise.
Okay, what is your definition of single?
You're either committed or you're not. Like, if I'm in a committed relationship and if it's me and that person, then I am officially not single.
Okay.
So for me, it's not, I'm either single or I'm married. And some people are married and they act like they're single.
That's a different story, though. If I'm not seeing someone, guess what? I'm single. Mm-hmm. If I'm seeing someone, I'm still single. We decide to be in a committed relationship. Hey, finally! But guess what? I'm still single.
That's bonkers.
I am not going to be 32 years old talking about I live with my boyfriend. That makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm not doing it. What do I look like?
That's going to be me. I'm going to be 80. Like, this is my boyfriend. All right. So question number 2. How long have you been single? Tanisha, how long have you been single?
I have been single and on the market for almost 3 years now.
I have been hella single. I've been single for 6 years. 6 years.
That's a lot of getting
and
to know
sexless
yourself.
For 6.
Oh, you wait a minute.
Yes.
Really? So
I know.
Okay.
I know.
I mean,
are you gagging? That's a conversation. We could spend 5 hours talking about Aaron's non-sex life. Question number 3.
Why are you single? Because Negroes refuse to act right. We fall into the stereotype that Black men aren't available. They're not here. Mm-hmm. They're playing for the other team.
Mm-hmm. And these aren't things that we believe. They're
these are just
stereotypes.
Yeah. And so they feel like they're supposed to just string us along or do whatever the heck they want to do. And I will admit it was my fault because I have been in situations where I put myself on reserve, just hoping and waiting for them to come around and finally like, okay, you see me, I'm here. Let me do the right thing. Let's try to make this work. And it just never happened. And then I was so afraid of dating multiple people because I was like, oh, well, he's probably going to be like, oh, well, she's not really that interested in me, so I'm going to just go ahead and deal with somebody else that's all about me. I'm like, okay, let me take a step back and get my life together. Mm-hmm. So now I'm learning to not put all of my eggs in one basket. We're just going to be friends and we're going to date other people until we decide that this is actually what we want. And I feel like if you like me enough and you're interested in me enough, you will want to take me off the market as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. So apparently you feel like you got it, and you feel like I'm not going anywhere. No, I can't keep allowing that to happen. Why are you single?
I wasn't a good person. I was an asshole. And I was also really emotionally abusive in my relationships. And that came from my father. He left when I was young. And the father figure that I had, I think he just had a very unhealthy relationship growing up with women. In turn, I ended up having an unhealthy relationship with men. I dated guys who treated me like crap, and I treated them like crap. It was like a mutually abusive, emotionally abusive relationship. And then when I would date nice guys, I was still an asshole. Eventually, I realized that I did not like who I was, and I ended a relationship with a really nice guy because I needed to get my shit together. And I went on a very long journey of trying to figure myself out and making myself a proper human being. I would always talk about like wanting to be respected. And then I would say to myself, well, how can I demand that in a relationship if I'm not respecting the person that I'm with? Next question. What does it feel like to be single after 30? I don't feel like less of a person. In my lowest, I felt really worthless. And now I don't mind. Like, I like being single and taking myself out. And I think that's also preparing me to be a really good partner because I really like myself.
Because you definitely have to enjoy your own company. You need to be your own person. And I think that.
And I was not my own person in my 20s.
You definitely cannot look for someone to complete you. Like, you need to be complete yourself before you can even engage in a healthy relationship with someone else. Like, if you have your own life, you have your own friends, you have your own hobbies, everything should not be about that other person and what they like to do and their friends.
Yeah, exactly what you said.